Cleveland Browns fans, you can't miss this. What happened? You won't believe it. But before we reveal this big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We post daily videos with all the hottest updates on the Cleveland Browns. And, of course, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Something special is happening in Berea. And it's not just another step in voluntary workouts, OTAs. What should have been a routine phase of preparation turned into a spark of excitement and anticipation. A spark that lit up social media and sent Browns fans into a frenzy. Before we dive into this moment, take a second to like, comment, and tell us, how long have you been a Browns fan? Now let's get to it. Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback, picked in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, 144th overall, didn't have to say a word to make an impact. Just a sequence of photos posted on Instagram. No caption, no statement, and he triggered a whirlwind of reactions. They were just images. Him on the field, helmet on, throwing spirals next to coaches and teammates during drills. But the reaction was anything but ordinary. The Cleveland Browns came into the 2025 offseason with a clear mission: strengthen the quarterback position after a disastrous season. One of the franchise's first moves was acquiring Kenny Pickett in a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. But Pickett's start in Cleveland has been anything but promising. During the off-season training, OTAs, Pickett's performance has drawn heavy criticism. According to Aaron Goldhammer of ESPN Cleveland, the quarterback was considered the worst player at his position so far. The worst player at OTAs, according to the consensus of the sources I spoke with, is Kenny Pickett, Goldhammer said. Right now, the Browns have 4 quarterbacks on the roster: Joe Flacco, who re-signed for another year, Dillon Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, both drafted in 2025, and Kenny Pickett, who's clearly behind in the competition. While Pickett disappoints, Joe Flacco looks like he's turning back the clock. Also, according to Goldhammer, the best quarterback at OTAs, based on the more than 20 people I talked to, was Joe Flacco. With only 3 spots likely available for training camp, Pickett's position is in danger. NFL insider Mike Florio backed the rumors of a possible departure. "I don't think the Browns will take all 4 QBs into training camp. One will be cut or traded. I'm betting Kenny Pickett gets dealt before camp begins." Pickett entered the NFL as a first-round pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2022. He started 24 games over his first 2 seasons before being traded to the Eagles, where he backed up Jalen Hurts during their Super Bowl winning campaign. Now in Cleveland, he faces the real possibility of being out before the official start of the season. With Flacco gaining momentum, Sanders energizing the fans, and Gabriel showing potential, Pickett might be the first piece to fall in the Browns' new rebuild. Something special is happening in Berea. And it's not just another phase of OTAs. What was meant to be a routine prep period turned into a flash of hope and energy. A spark that lit up social media and left Browns fans ecstatic. Before we dive into it, be sure to like the video, drop a comment, and let us know, how long have you been a Browns fan? Now, let's focus on Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback picked in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, 144th overall. Didn't need to say a word to make an impact. A simple Instagram post, no caption, no message, and he created a storm of reactions. Just photos. Him on the field, helmet on, throwing spirals with coaches and teammates. The buzz was far from normal. In minutes, fans were fired up. Some declared him the new QB1. Others shouted in all caps in the comments, "You can't spell QB without the number 1, joked a fan, in the middle of hundreds of messages celebrating what could be the start of a new era in Cleveland. But this excitement isn't empty. This isn't just typical social media hype around a rookie with potential. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders, a name that carries legacy thanks to his Hall of Famer father, Deion Sanders, but also stands on its own merit. His college career says it all. He started at Jackson State under his dad's guidance and quickly showed the last name was just a footnote. In 2021, he threw for 3,231 yards and 30 touchdowns, winning the Jerry Rice Award for Best Freshman in the FCS. The following year, he raised the bar, 3,732 yards, 40 touchdowns, and awards for SWAC Offensive Player of the Year and the Deacon Jones Trophy. In 2023, he transferred to Colorado and rewrote school history. 510 yards in a single game against TCU, finishing the season with 4,134 yards and 37 touchdowns, winning Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year and the Golden Arm Award. This isn't just potential, it's production, it's presence. Now back in Berea, the situation is tense. The Browns' quarterback room is packed, but full of questions. Deshaun Watson is out after tearing his Achilles. Joe Flacco is back on a short deal, and, according to Aaron Goldhammer, ESPN Cleveland, has looked like the most solid QB in Nabaiziotiano training. Dylan Gabriel, another rookie, is fighting for a spot, while Kenny Pickett, a former first-round pick, is falling short, even being labeled the worst player in OTAs. And according to insider Mike Florio, it's unlikely all these names make it to training camp. Someone's getting cut. And, if the signs are right, Pickett may be the next one out of Cleveland. Meanwhile, Shedeur stays silent. He doesn't need to say anything. His actions on the field speak for him, and they speak loudly. Maybe he's not just trying to make the roster. Maybe he's aiming to lead this offense. But he's not the only one going through a transformation. Dewan Jones, the massive offensive lineman, came back to practice almost unrecognizable. After missing the last 7 games of 2024 with a fractured fibula and suffering a knee injury in early 2025, Jones returned leaner, quicker, and more determined. "I lost a lot of body fat, around 20 pounds, he told Cleveland.com. For a guy